But yet now we remember the price of a great hero. No retreat, no surrender. Biafra is already here. Inside the wilderness, never allow yourself to be used to destroy the innocent souls. God has put in your hands to save. Inside the wilderness, never allow yourself to be used to destroy the innocent souls. God has told you to save. When it gets to end this, neither of our heroes will not defend. No retreat, no surrender. Biafra is already here. But yet may we remember the price of a great hero. No retreat, no surrender. Biafra is already here. Be courageous. Remain resolute. Be your brother's keeper. Darkest hour of the night brings forth new day, new grace and favor, new peace, especially hope, more closer to our land of freedom. When it gets tough to end this, neither of our heroes will not defend. No retreat, no surrender. Biafra is already here. Not yet may we remember the price of a great hero. Heroes, Jordan commercial activity, in period of reception. When it gets tough to end this, neither of our heroes will not defend. No retreat, no surrender. Biafra is already here. When it gets tough to end this, neither of our heroes will not defend. No retreat, no surrender. Biafra is already here. Not yet may we remember the price of a great hero. No retreat, no surrender. Biafra is already here. This is only probity, one love. All hail Biafra.
Yes, sir. Almost hail Biafra. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and to some of you, good night. Wonderful Biafrans, men and women of goodwill, conscious people wherever you are all over the world. This is Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Radio Biafra London. Radio Biafra London is being anchored by the deputy leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. His name is Mazi Uche Ukafomefo. Mazi Uche Ukafomefo is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State. And Anambra State is Biafra land. Mazi Uche Ukafo is the man who have assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. He is standing in a deputizing capacity on behalf of our Supreme Leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the King of Afari Beku, the one and the only man who stand up to speak for the collective interest of the Biafran people for almost 60 years now. He's the director of Radio Biafra as well as Biafran Television. And of course, by the special grace of Chukwukika, I remain George Onyibe. I am from Abo. Abo is in Delta State, and Delta State is Biafra land. We must proceed to acknowledge the Creator, Chukwukika Biama, the one who sits in heaven and presides over the affair of man. For without him, we are gone as a people. With confidence, assurance that he meant everything he said, and he said everything he meant. With that confidence, assurance that our hands are clean, we do what we do. For in the end, we are not here to conquer anybody. We don't want to conquer you. We don't want to take your land. We just want to be ourselves. But then there are men and women who say, no, we are greedy. Our father's name is greediness. We cannot be satisfied. We must rob everybody. That is your calling. Go ahead with it. I will acknowledge him before we move ahead. Ibuchukwu ibuge mmadụ Ibuchukwu ibuge mmadụ agbanwe Ibuchukwu obi n'igwe Ibuchime Ibuchukwu ibuge mmadụ Ibuchukwu onye na-agwọ ọrịa m analego Ibuchukwu onye na-echi ikpe ziri ezi anya n'elu ụwa m Ibuchukwu onye nyije anyị isi Ibuchime Ibuchukwu ebuge mmadụ ya ha anyị ji aja gị mma maka na eziokwu na-ebu sọ mma ịhụnanya anyị gị obiọma gị o juru anyị anya dadio inwe gị mgbanwe ọ dịghị onye dị ka gị ịbụ Alfa na Omega anyị niile na-asị na nedemao ise. And of course, without wasting much of our time on this segment, you must not forget our team remain back to your root. Back to your root. Believe me, Biafrans are waking up. I'm proud of all of you. You are understanding what we are talking about. This is what we are here to do. When we are done with Nigeria, when we are done with the enemy of Biafra, they will wish you they were never there. It's as simple as that. When we say back to your roots, when this program started, some people will say, out of ignorance anyway, because some of the demon we fight here is the demon of ignorance. Oh, it's evil. Our root is evil. How can we go back to our root? It's evil. This man is fetish. It's not anti-Jesus Christ. I am Reverend George Onyibe. Nobody violates my conscience. I remain a Christian to the end of time. But you know what? I will hold the doctrine of my ancestors higher than anything, than life itself. That is the difference between me and you. I will hold the tradition of my forefather higher than anything, but I remain a Christian. I hope you understand. The Bible says, according to tradition, Jesus left where he was and went to Jerusalem for census. According to tradition, Jesus left and went for census. Tradition to be counted. It started in the wilderness. Jesus knew the value of tradition. He went to Jerusalem to be counted. I mean, Joseph and Mary. That was when they born Jesus. And when I say back to her, he said, no, on I got more. But if you like, go and be killing fowl, be doing fetish. You know, that is my own is go back to your root. But people are understanding. But to be able to throw more light on the team, back to your root, there is nothing difficult to understand there. There is nothing confusing there. I keep trying to introduce make us understand what we are saying so we can be able to prepare our mind on what to come. When I say go back to your root, I say go back and check how your father and your mother, your ancestors were able to succeed. You think the attack on Biafran people started today? It has started over 300 years before our very time. And our fathers have stood their ground. It is amazing that they have not given up a piece of land to anybody, because they had a way they do things. And so heaven and earth will bore them weakness. Heaven and earth will fight in their favor. For in the end, the ground will surely open and swallow up those who think they are coming to take Biafra land. They don't know what is coming for them. Let me remind you, we do not bow for any idol, not to talk of idiot Fulani. We do not bow for idol, not to talk of Fulani or one Nigeria or British government. We don't bow for anybody. Only Chuko Kikabiama. You will understand later. And now let me try to create a scenario to make you understand what it means to go back to your root. You have a father, or let's assume I'm a father. And as a father, the first thing I do is to get married. Nobody married a woman they hate. Situation and circumstance can compel you to do that, but you know you will live in her the rest of your life. Because the Bible says that it is better to live at the corner of the earth than to live with a nagging woman. In other words, every man married the woman they love. Number one good thing about our ancestors and every other human being, they married the woman they love. And then our father and our mother, who love themselves, decide to raise up a family. They agree to spend the rest of their life together, making babies, children. And I tell you that as a husband and wife, the only thing they desire is for their child to be comfortable, at the end better than them. And so what do parents do? They make provision for accommodation, shelter, roof over their head. They make sure there is food to eat. They make sure they are able to defend the family. They make sure that their children have the best of life. This is your ancestors, because tomorrow you will become ancestors. Except you are useless. Your children will help you know you are useless. And then our fathers will grow their home. They do their best. Believe me, they are not perfect. Our ancestors are not perfect. I'm not coming here to tell you they are perfect. I am telling you that every mistake they made was part of human being. They could not have avoided it. They did their best. They want you to have the good education, the best education. They want you to be able to protect yourself. They want you to become who you are today. They want everything for you. In the process of trying to make these things for you, they make mistake. Believe me, I understand that. But understand that in their heart of heart, everything our ancestors has done to make us see is to make us see better than them. Because in the end, only two people want you to be better than them in life. Only your father and your mother. Some of you watch your wife. They are envious of you. They want to be better than you. Some of you watch your husband. They want you to continue asking for tissue paper, toilet roll money, pint money. They want to become better than you. Watch siblings. There is even competition about siblings. Somebody wants to be better than somebody. Only your father and your mother are the only people on earth outside the Creator that want you to be better than them. So how will you think that your own father is evil, except you misunderstand them? And so, like I said, they make mistake. And some of them died without being able to correct this mistake. But I can tell you everything they left behind with us. They left behind these things with the most clear and purest intention. And they died. And to cut it short, the Bible says, you being evil know how to give good gifts to your children. How much more will your Father in heaven? Go back to your root. And now let us look at one of the greatest challenge of the black community or society around the globe. Something was taken from them, their family, and that is your root. The place they brought the black to their knees is to destroy the black community. And these same people are telling you, don't mind that, your root is evil, your root is evil. When you let them take that which is left from us, you will understand. But believe me, Biafra will bow for no man. We will suffer in their hand, but we will bow for none of them. I watched a video online, and a brother, supposedly Biafran, was trying to tell us how India are making impact around the globe. The brother said, look at this place. India just came here. Before you know, they have bought all the land, and now the land worth so million, a million. And before you know, now Indians are doing well. Believe me, Indians learned very well. Everything we are going through today, India went through there. Only that Indians decide to learn from their circumstance and situation. They learned. As a Biafran, are you learning? That is the difference. Everything Britain is doing in Nigeria, they did it in India. And when their freedom came, they rejected Britain dressing. India rejected British religion. India rejected English language. India rejected everything Britain brought for them. The only thing they accepted was technology. And now you know the difference. But when I say go back to your root, you are there speaking English. You are very proud British. You are the very proud idiot. If you are a proud English speaker, you are idiot. You think India can't speak English. Let me not digress further. So you understand what we are doing here. Because when I finish back to your root now, some people will go and buy native chalk. Yes, they are part of back to your root. But do not mystify it. You will lose the true knowledge of it. There is no way you can know Nkwo where you don't have knowledge of Eke. And it will not benefit you if you know Eke Nkwo and you have no vital relationship with Afo. And then who is holy? And now you see all of them. You must get all of them. If it is killing fowl, we will kill fowl. Any one it is, we shall do all of them. But you must understand where we are coming from. India rejected everything and they went back to their root. Now, let me use India as a case study to make you appreciate the reason why we must go back to our root. What the British terrorists did to India, how India managed to survive is unbelievable. But they survived. You will not know that India is among one of the, before you count 10 world power, India is among them. I can tell you that I'm not sure that America can beat India when it comes to pharmaceutical products. I'm not sure any country in the world can challenge with India pharmaceutically. But there were a time in the 80s when India was one of the poorest countries in the world. But look at how they survived. They went back to their root. And when Britain left, they knew that the people who do not want to take your 3 plot of land here on earth will never let you go to heaven. They knew the wisest decision to do was to go back to their root. They begin to implement the way of their ancestors. Now look at how Indian people live. In India, for instance, you will see a particular building. A man will have maybe 2 wives, and the 2 wives will have maybe 5 children. All of them live in that building. And those children in that same building will start marrying. Family begin to expand, you will see one building for real Indian family. Siblings upon sibling, family upon family, cousin, all of them are there. Family. They don't break that family. I want you, those of you in India, I'm not in India, I may not be able to pronounce their name, but we study everybody. We study Fulani, we study Yoruba, we are studying America, we are studying Chinese, we are studying Japan, we are studying Satan, demon, we are studying everybody, we are studying the Creator. Because at the end of the day, I have not been there, but I know how they function. So when India will tell me tomorrow, I will bomb you, they can't bomb us. This is not the time to be shivering. Hey, it's a word power. The only thing I have seen is a word idiots everywhere. We will come to that later. To go to India today. Indian have technological department, technology. Indian have medical department. Let me use that word so we can understand it. Then Indian have fashion family. I don't know how to project it anyway. But if you go to India, go and look at the people who are managing the pharmaceutical company in India. All of them are the same family. For instance, the technology, those who are manufacturing company, in terms of automobile, they call them Tata. Go and watch all the CEO, all the director of Tata. Go and watch all of them. They are from the Tata family. And now maybe those of you who studied economics will begin to understand what is known as family business. Indians refuse to allow their ancestors' way to destroy it. Today, the family that are into medical, go and check all of them. That is who their father is. The family of India now that are inside pharmaceutical, go and check their father. Their father was the Ogomo. That is Indian Juju. They use the Indian Juju and modernize it. But here, one Yoruba pastor, 1419 pastor, say, hey, don't do Juju. Juju is evil. Who told you Juju is evil? Everybody have Juju. But you just don't understand what it means to go back to your root. Today now, do you know that more than 60% of everybody across the globe, that once they are sick, destination is India. India can be thieves, Because all the Indian company in Nigeria, they are all worse than armed robber. But I give it to them because they understand the need why they must respect their root. I can go on and on and on, but we won't study today. So when we say go back to your root, learn from people who went back to their root. You will know why they have to succeed more than other people. Are we talking about China? Are we talking about Japan? Are we going to talk about Indonesia, Malaysia, and the rest of them? Go back to your root. And of course, on the topic we are treating this period is known as art of defilement. Nobody can be able to destroy you until they defile you. That we are alive today is a miracle. And that miracle can only be attributed to a single fact, that we have not all been defiled. We have not all been defiled. Elijah went to God and said to him, they have killed all your prophets. Behold, I am the only one remaining. For all of them has worshipped Baal, and they have abandoned your way. Oh God, kill me, let me die. God said, no, you are a good prophet, Elijah, I know. But I can tell you, I have even 4 million prophets who have not bowed to any Baal. Because I choose you don't mean that other people are defiled. Because we have Fulani everywhere in Igbo land, does not mean that all of us are stupid. And now you understand. All these things didn't start today. After the war, Ojukwu left, saboteurs were everywhere in Biafra land. There was need for the people to use a slogan. Most people you are seeing now, they are answering in Bitorumba, Mana, this, India, Bondage. All of them are Fulani children. That to bastardize our blood lineage after the war. We tell you DNA, most of you don't understand. And when the Igbo understand that Nigerian government has planted their seed among us, there are many people who are claiming to be Abia people. They are not from Abia people. Their father came after the war, gave birth to them there, remain there. They will be your governor for the rest of your life. You people don't understand what you are saying. And then when our ancestors notice this, when they want to talk, they know they cannot do anything, but they left a mark. Asen kangwono Igbo bu Igbo asen kangwono ihe anu na-eme oburu etu ndị nna anyị si eme o Igbo bu Igbo, because they know their hands are tied. But we will lose all of you, don't worry. From where I come from, they will say ndị agbo asokwala ni no nwande razandi orogodo were azande kakanu wele ndị ka we kwele ni we sokwala ni we so we wundi orogodo we so we wunde ka wele ndị ka maka na onye wonye chukwu so ma na onye wonye, because the enemy was among us. Our ancestors kept everything. Today now, one idiot will come now, hey, I'm a Biafra. All of us begin to cry, hey, a Biafra. Don't you know there is boundary between river and land? But I hope you understand anyway. It's painful. I see these things happening. It's a kind of painful. Let's come back home. Back to your root. So they planted these people everywhere among us. And our ancestors understand the need why all of them must remain intact. They found a way to survive. I am asking you, we are faced with the same challenge today. We must find how our ancestors survive, and we will survive that way. Whatever means necessary. That is the call. Here on Radio Biafra, if we don't go back to our root, believe me, we will fight for a long time. We are looking at the art of defilement. The moment they defile you, they destroy you. The moment they defile you, they destroy you. That is when the Bible says, he who breaks the edge, him the serpent will bite. And the enemy know they cannot destroy you until they defile you. And so in this study, we are looking at art of defilement. There are many institutions in the world that have been defiled. And the moment they are defiled by physical art, they fall down completely. We have been looking at many areas of our life that can be defiled. But this evening, without wasting much of our time, we will look at the art of defilement when it comes to environmental defilement as well as agricultural defilement. That is the two we will look into this evening, if the time permits us. They defile your environment. And the moment they defile your environment, the backing of the Creator, leave. The earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. Your Creator is always with you. He never go away. But if you defile your environment, he will not be there with you. But he's still there. Just that your sin, that defilement, will separate you from him. And that is when in the Bible it says, my hand is not too short to help you, but your sin have separated you from me. It is the same thing he's telling you, Biafra. Britain is not too powerful for me to remove from the way, but you have allowed your land to be defiled. It is separating both of us. This kind of gospel doesn't make impact. Only the Lord will bless you, amen. The Lord will heal you, amen. People that want to go to China to go and fight is it the coronavirus? It's now in Nigeria, so don't worry. Just go to Lagos, Ndiara. We will come to that later. And so when you talk about the real thing, it really doesn't make sense any longer. They defile you. Your environment is defiled. The Creator must be there, but it has broken the hedge between both of you. God warned the children of Israel. He said, they think those people who owns this land that you are staying today that I give to you, those things they do not do them. Because if you do it, this land will vomit you. Some people are committing those atrocities so that the land of Biafra will vomit us. But the children of the Most High must let the land of Biafra to understand that our hands are not there. Any case that comes before a jury, any case that comes before a court, the judge, the lawyers know who is guilty. But it really doesn't count. Your ability to defend your client will decide who gets justice at the end of the day. I remember a case that happened sometime in the courtroom. A man raped a girl. And at the end of the day, the girl's parents arrested the man. They went to court. Everybody in the community knew that this elderly man raped this girl. The girl was traumatized. The case started, the proceeding of the case moved on in the court. And one of those days, something happened. In the court of law there, the girl has explained what happened. The man has explained what happened. It was a time for cross-examination, according to the lawyer. And the accused lawyer wants to cross-examine the complaint, the plaintiffs. And then the lawyer of the accused, the man who raped the girl, stood up and looked at the young girl and said, yes, young girl, you told me that my client raped you. The girl said, yes, and which is true. He said, so you mean you struggle with him, and at the end of the day, he still raped you? The girl said, yes, he was too strong for me to handle. And the lawyer behaved as if he's walking away. You know, that is their job anyway. And he turned back all of a sudden and looked at the small girl and said, my dear, did you pull your shoe before you climbed the bed? The girl said, yes, I pulled my shoe. But something happened before then. The lawyer walked away and looked at the judge and said to the judge, my lord, do you know that this girl went on to stain my client's bed sheet? The judge didn't say anything. The girl, out of ignorance, fear, he said to the lawyer, no, I didn't stain his bed sheet. I didn't stain his bed sheet. The lawyer now looked at the girl in the eye and said, girl, did you pull your shoe before you climbed the bed? The girl said, yes, yes, yes. And the lawyer said, that is all I have for her, my lord. That rapist was discharged and acquitted. Because if you actually pull your shoe before you climb the bed, it will look as if he said something both of you agree. There was a memorandum of understanding. But the girl was being sincere. Why am I saying this? Because you are innocent does not mean you will always find justice. You fight for justice. That is what we are here to do in IPOB. You are here to fight for justice. They know we have been raped. But they are the one now who is trying to accuse us that we did not pull our shoe before climbing the bed that they raped us from. And if we are not meticulous enough, they will indict us for sin we do not know. Go and ask Olisemetu. Go and ask Tio Oji. Go and ask Oji Zokalo. Many more will follow them. And so I hope you understand what you are trying to make you understand. When we say go back to your root, it's so many. When they defile your land, that is your end. They are defiling our land, trying to tell the Creator, oh, they are the one defiling their land. But if you do not understand this act of defilement, we will fall into the trap. Now let us look at 3 ways of defiling of environment. Number 1, they can defile your environment by shedding of innocent blood. They can defile your environment by avenging for innocent blood. And your environment can be defiled in these 2 ways. Now, I don't like to sound very man of God. I just want to make you understand what you are saying. Now, in Deuteronomy chapter 19, verse 10, God said, so innocent blood will not be shed in the midst of your land, which the Lord your God give to you as an inheritance. If you do that, you will be guilty of blood. God said to the children of Israel in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 19, verse 10, don't share innocent blood in your land. If you do that, you will be guilty. Your land will be defiled. Now go back to our ancestors. Do you know if they accidentally kill somebody in a community, do you know that people run out of that community until certain ritual or sacrifice is carried out? Today now, we just walking out, we see dead body. We just look and say, oh, Nala, may the Lord, may he rest in peace, rest in peace. As a child, in the community where I was born, if somebody died by accident, by mistake, do you know it's almost like a coffee? Nobody can come out. So they keep person, oh, they keep person. People begin to go about, why did they kill this person? It was a taboo. It's a sacrilege. We don't kill people. Today, Fulani headsmen are everywhere jumping up and down, killing people. We are not used to it. Idiot on social media, we say, well, we have to appreciate God. Only 20,000 died. Man died, woman born another one. It was sacrilege in my place. Now, if you are killing us, we keep quiet. This is because our ancestors don't want us to do that. But there is a way they do things. We don't defile our land. But they are now coming to defile our land. Because every innocent blood you pour on the ground have a ripple negative effect on the people. And that is why I appreciate our people who are leading prayers. Because you need prayer to intervene in the justice system of heaven. When they kill innocent person, do you know that when Fulani want to kill some people, they blindfold them? Do you know that when these Fulani Nigerian people want to kill some people, they bury them alive, cut off their head, or they mask themselves, so the person dying may not know who is killing them? And then let's assume it works that way. When you get to heaven, they say, where did they kill you? He said, they killed me in Anambra. Who killed you? He said, I don't know who they are. And then God will send Angel Amadioha to go to Anambra and scatter Anambra. Until the high priest come out and say, Angel Amadioha, stop. Yes, somebody died in our land, but it's not Anambra child that killed the person. Angel Amadioha will say, God has sent me. Then the other angel, Angel Idigu, or Angel Abenopabe, will now say, yes, go and tell God that I, Angel Abenopabe, will come and see him and explain. But when they show you all this thing I'm narrating in Nigeria whole video, you look evil. What is the meaning of Angel Gabriel? Angel Gabriel is Angel Abenopabe. What is the meaning of Angel Michael? Angel Michael is in Igbo land, Angel Amadioha, Ndiara. Go back to your root. And then when there is a good interaction, Angel Amadioha will go back to Chukwokike Abiama and say, yes, I meet Angel Abenopabe. He said it's not an Anambra man that killed that person, but he was coming to report to you. Then Chukwokike Abiama will say, then let's wait for him. That is how competent court jurisdiction function. Then the high priest will now call people. That is the original man of God. Now community will come and say, we didn't do this. So like this, so like this, so like this. But yet, there must still be sacrifice. And then God will wave his anger. Who is doing that for us today? Do you know that many churches in Nigeria, you have dead body buried in them? Is that not defiling your land already? Do you know many pastors have dead body buried in their church? In your own community, you don't know your community is defiled. We say, go back to your root, you are saying there. If you were following the word of your ancestors, the ground will open and swallow them. That is one way. Another thing that defines the environment is that when you kill somebody and you do nothing about it, the blood of that person cries out for vengeance. It kills people. It causes evil. I don't want to mystify what I'm saying. I just want you to understand the physical before we enter the spiritual. When you kill somebody and you bury the person, it will not rest. Go to Port Harcourt now. One boy they call Chima was killed by one Yoruba policeman. They butcher him, abuse him sexually, kill him. The guy is a warrior. He refused to die. He is dead though, but his case is still trending. Also, Tiana. They have killed many youth, I can tell you, but Chima refused to die. Chima blood cry for vengeance. And I can tell you, that Yoruba man, that Hausa man, that Igbo man, that Igbo woman, everybody will get hand for the hand of Chima. They will understand that the whole head will not be the same. Chima refused to die. Do you know how many Biafrans that was slaughtered today? That is why when they are saying rest in peace, me, I continue telling those who have died, don't rest in peace, oh, don't sleep, oh. Carry cutlass and hammer, oh. It's in your Bible, but you don't understand. David said, oh Lord, those who have gathered against you, put sword in the hand of your angel. Let them carry claws. Let them chase the enemy of Israel. Let their path be dark and slippery. Let your angel carry sword and pursue them. That is holy. If I come and say, every IPOB member that they have killed, please, oh, if you are sleeping, wake up, oh, Waka Waka Biafra, all of you wake up, oh, Immortal, all of you wake up, oh, carry cutlass, pursue Brutai, pursue all this governor, David Umahi, pursue all of them, every idiot that have, and never you rest. Mama and Papa, King and Queen of Afaribeku, don't rest. The job is not done. Carry cutlass and pursue them. They say it's evil, it's incantating, it's invocating. Then one subeke. Go back to your root. Imagine if there is all these dead people that they have killed with cutlass chasing Fulani. You think we'll be talking? Have you not watched Willy Willy? Incheleki Willy Willy. Oh yeah, come and enjoy now. You will see them running and nobody is pursuing them. But you don't understand. They will kill and turn the dead body against you. You are there, say, oh, it's juju. I don't believe in juju. I don't believe in fair shit. Look at how they reduce us to. Only the mercy of God is keeping us. And the third way to defile a people is by working against the custom and tradition of the land. Now, let me tell you. In those days, it is not everybody they bury at home. It's not everybody. If your hand is not clean, they bury you in evil forest. Today now, do you know that the people who their hands are not clean are the people buried inside the main town? If I talk evil forest now, look, it's evil. Some people are so dirty. Did you not hear what the Bible said about Judas? He said the person that will betray Jesus, when he died, where he will be buried will be evil land. His inheritance will fall to another person. You don't know Judas Iscariot was buried in evil forest. But we have evil forest. Our fathers' ancestors didn't read the Bible. They knew why they have to have evil forest. We call Benengrand in my language. Ikpepe. Ikpepe. The category of people they bury in Ikpepe, Benengrand. Number one, if you are a young boy, you die without marrying. You don't have a child. You die. You are abomination to my community. They bury you on the Benengrand. You can't die without a child. You will not sleep in the house. But do our people know this culture now? You just see a man will come. They say, in first son don't die you. The elderly women, the elderly men, they visit the parents. They don't cry, they don't mourn. Because the Bible says you will not cast your young ones before their time. Today, many parents are burying their children with all the whole Yoruba church. And when they tell you go back to your root, you are there yapping. It was a crime, considered a crime for a parents to bury their children. It's unusual. And so when you die without having a son, they bury you in evil forest. If they don't, it defies the land. When you are witches or wizard, as they say, Onyugu, that is, you have soiled your hand with the gift of God in your life. They don't bury you at home. If you like, owns the whole community, you will go to evil forest. If you commit crime and you die in that process, you go to evil forest. And then if you are a stranger, they don't know who you are. You died in that community. They take you to the evil forest. Not because you are buried in evil forest that you are evil. No, you are buried there so you will not desecrate the land. Today, do you know most of you, that room you are living now, that one room apartment you are living, do you know your landlord have buried up to 3 dead bodies there? Places like Port Harcourt. The landlord will tell you, you see, my brother is dead and we have to bury him. Can you shift your bed? Let's bury him. I'm not telling you what they told me. The place I lived in Rumola in those days, when the landlord died, they said, make I shift bed, made them bury landlord. I use idea waka for myself. Make I know they pay landlord mute and they drag room for night. But they buried landlord. Somebody is living there now with landlord, they sleeping. No. After they go say na hate speech. But these things defile our land. And when you continue doing it, the land will vomit you. Go back to your root. Jacob knew this truth. That is why the first thing Jacob did before he even died, immediately Jacob's wife died. God gave him this revelation. So he bought a burying ground. The burying ground is still there till tomorrow. That is where they bury Jacob, Isaac, Abraham. That is where they bury Moses. That is where they bury almost all of them. They take them to the burying site. Today, do you understand what it is? Where God go punish you now. Go bury person for burying ground now. As you they come out, all those people where they walk there don't come out the dead body, put another person on. All these things defile our land, our environment. And then a very quick one. My time is almost up at this segment, but let's see if we can look at the next one, which is like what I said. If you go to Genesis chapter 9, verse 5, he says, surely I will require your lifeblood from every beast. I will require it from every man, every brother who has killed anybody. If you even kill animal unjustly, God say we require the blood. Imagine how many blood they are spilling in Nigeria. And somebody think Nigeria will survive. The innocent people in Nigeria will kill alone. If Nigeria survive, that means God don't say the truth. These are the words of God. And the next one is agricultural defilement. You do not know that our land farm can be defiled. Why do you think Fulani herdsmen are always attacking your farm? More than 50%, more than 70% of every land in your community is empty. They are filled with grass for cow to eat. But Fulani don't go to the empty land. They come to your farm. Do you think they are doing that thing for nothing? They are defiling your farm. They know what they are doing. They stick to the tradition of their ancestors. But you are doing Holy Ghost in a joker. You think Fulani don't know what they are doing? God warned the people. He said, don't overlabor the land. Let's look at it briefly. Number one, he said, don't overlabor the land. This is how sacred it can be. Those of you who are farmers, you will know that you can farm 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, but there is a particular year you are not expected to go to that farm. Do we know that today? Do you know that after the first harvest, that the last harvest is meant for the widow and the orphan in the community? Once you finish harvesting, God himself makes some crop to grow. From the one you left, God said, leave it for the widows. Leave it for the orphans. Leave it for the poor people. You are not obeying those things. It's happening today. We're defiling our land. And of course, I have to stop there. But understand that our land can be defiled. Our agricultural system can be defiled. I want you to find out Fulani. They go to villages to buy orange, buy pawpaw, buy fruit, and they come and sell it to eat. I want you to check all the oranges Hausa people climb. You will see all of them die. Check every tree Hausa Fulani climb in our land. All of them end up dying. But all these things, you people don't notice it. Go and watch all the oranges you used to sell to Hausa in your community. Go and watch all of them. They are dead. And tomorrow now, your children even think Hausa Fulani are the one feeding us. If Nigeria divide, we will be hungry. It's Hausa that feed us. Are they eat it too and shinama? Do I eat it too and shimelu melu? So how will Hausa feed me? They eat too and shinama, too and shimelu melu, too and shikapa. I can't eat those things. I won't survive. Are they eat amala? Are they eat ewedu? Are they eat efo? Yorubas are aliens to this as far as I'm concerned. I eat akpu. Now don't see Hausa where they do akpu before. But the defilement is there already. Nigeria say no, if we divide Nigeria now, you know, Hausa is the one feeding us. They go to Obalu and buy yam. They go to Oto. They go to Zakembia. Hausa buy yam. They bring it here and they sell it for you. Fulani say yam. If we divide Nigeria, the other say no, they sell granite. Okay, I give it to them. They found granite. How many times have you eaten granite? You only eat granite because you don't have money. Because if you are hungry, no food, chew granite, it will kill the hunger. That is why we even eat granite. In case that they starve you, you know, they're trying to starve you so you don't have sense again. We're hungry too much. You do for granite 15 naira, chew them. You go block your belly. Throughout that day, you don't go hungry again. And so who eat granite for vitamin? We eat granite to kill hunger. But Nigeria know what they are doing. And of course, our lines will be open at this moment. And then you can call in and tell us some of the way our land can be defiled. We are looking at art of defilement. If you understand all these secrets, you will see that the enemy will not be able to overrun us. Honestly, they will not be able to overrun us. Don't make any mistake about what we are doing here. We do not bow for any idol. We worship only Chukwu Kike Abiyama. And as a result of that, I can tell you that we will not bow for Nigeria. I'll be back in a minute.
Oge rola, baige chipaya na la uke kurai na kwa. Akaju agbanwe wo onodanyi, mmeri aburu wo kanyi. Ogbanwe wo onodanyi, mmeri aburu wo. Chukwu Kike Abiyama gbanwe wo onodanyi, mmeri aburu wo kanyi. Ogbanwe wo onodanyi, mmeri aburu wo kanyi. Ebube eluigwe Chimi gbanwe wo ọnọdụ anyị, ihe na-ekwe gị omume imewo
Yes, of course, at this moment, our lines are open. We must go back to our root. It's amazing. It's amazing. Our ancestors actually communicated with the Creator, but you're not seeing it. They are defiling our land, but you don't know everything they are doing. Here in IPOB, we know, but we are sanctifying the land already. You are Biafran, you are here to join IPOB. Be part of this great move. Be part of this vision. Be part of this restoration team ordained by heaven, led by Chukwu Kika Biama. Send us your name, your phone number, your location. Send it to our WhatsApp line. And honestly, most of you have been resending and resending, no response yet. Draw solid in the single fact that somebody is going to contact you very soon. Don't worry about that. And those of you who have been accepted into the IPOB wonderful family, make sure you obey command and control, chain of command and control. It's just simple trust and obey. And that WhatsApp line is 070-815-45642. 070-815-45642. Our direct line is 081-2215-2971. 081-2215-2971. And the special number for the female is 081-288-58614. 081-288-58614 is the special number for the female. Call on WhatsApp. Are you there? Call on WhatsApp.
Mazi.
Good evening
I'm
from
here.
me.
Mazi. Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Mbele.
Good evening, all. Good evening to all my fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom all over the world. I appreciate you all. Good evening to you, and may God bless you all. Mazi, may Chukwu Kika Biama bless you. This topic, and every day coming out, may God give you the strength and the power to continue. God bless you, Mazi. Concerning about defilement, yes, Mazi, I have about 2 to 3 ways to address this defilement of our land. Mazi, our land is defied because our land is defied. That's why you see people coming out to talk about to talk illness or to talk something bad about our Madike. Yes, our land is defied, Mazi. That's why you see some of Biafran people not turn to Muslim, jihadists, because our land is defied. Our land is defied, Mazi. That's why you see our daughters or our sisters or our mothers getting raped every day. Mazi, our land is defied. That's why you see people coming to our land to invade it and kill the innocent one because of our great land, holy land. So, and I so much appreciate Radio Biafra for giving us this history, for giving us this, to enlighten our mind, our brain, to know the reality of life, to know the reality and to know our land. And
thank you very much.
Mazi, to run this up, Mazi, I want to ask one question. How are we going to clean our land? How are we going to clean it or do some cleansing to regain our land back? This is my question, Mazi.
Join IPOB.
I'm already on the IPOB, Mazi.
Then wait for the order. Because if I tell you now, Fulani will start again. That is why when you look at the issue of prophecy, the day God gives you a revelation, that very thing is subjected to change. That is one thing people fail to understand. God tell you, oh, Judge Onyibe is going to die. That decision can be altered because somebody know. When you see into the future, it will change. So there are certain things you don't even need to consider. And so these things now, if you let them see into it, it will change. Because men will always invent a way to dominate the order. That is why we ask our people, go and join IPOB. They will understand what you are doing here at the end of the day. I will not give her the history. But I want them to understand some of this activity that can actually defile our land. Thank you very much, my sister.
Thank you so much, Mazi. Thank you. May God bless you, Mazi.
Our people must be ready. Our people must be cautious. Our people must understand that we are wrestling against so many enemies. Are you there, caller on the line? Yes, caller on the line. Good evening from here.
Good evening, my dearest brother.
Well done, ma.
Judge Onyibe.
Go ahead, ma. Go ahead, ma. The word is listening.
Okay, I am Prophetess Chika Dibia Uche Koma, calling from Obazumbiri. I've been calling for a very long time, but last I called you picked was when you prayed for me. I told you I'm on a bed, but now God has healed me.
Amen.
I am the woman leader, IPOB woman leader of Obazumbiri. Yes. Yes, I am. Not that I don't know how to speak English, but I don't like speaking that nonsense British English. That is why I always speak Igbo.
You are welcome. That is the best.
I'm for Biafra. Na ala Obazumbiri niile ihe aji mara nwa Biafra. Ihe m na-akọwa ugbu a bụ act of defilement. God has given you that wisdom to be teaching us. University ka anyị na-aga, our leader Ọhamadike Ọkụnọgbọ Asara nyere anyị na-akwụghị tenkoba akwụghị peni. Asị m Chineke Chukwu okike nke abịa ma ọbasi bi n'igwe kpuchite ya, gọzie ya na ezinụlọ ya. You, George Onyibe, ebo omeka nna ya, agụ anaghị amụ ihe ụjọ. Ụjọ adịla unu niile, unu nwa ndị na-eprezentara anyị okwu anyị ana ya. Asị m Chukwu okike abịa ma gbaa unu okike. Act of defilement. Asị m gaa na Oleme Amifeke, Olu province. Ha ga-agwa, I know na ala ji onye ahụ taa, ọsị ahụ ala ha ji Tijani ka ọ na-akpọ ya gịnị? Ọ nwụọ na nwụọ, another family difire obodo anyị bụ Biafra na Ọlụwo ụka agba family. Yesterday mgbe m na-akpọ okweghị erute ma na-akọwa na that two families butere anyị ebe a kụgburu nwanne anyị nwoke yesterday, ebe ha na-abịa ibubata ozu ha na nne ha na nna ha, ha ga-eji egbu onwe ha. They will kill themselves very soon. They will kill themselves very soon. Ala Biafra niile eke ga-ekegbu ha niile n'otu n'otu. Orie ga-erigbu ha, afọ ga-afọgbu ha, nkwọ ga-akpọgbu ha niile. Lekwa onye ochie devil Omahi ya na idiot ibe ya bịara n'ala Owerri si awụ hopeless ụzọ dị mgba. Agụ ga-atagbu ya from nowhere. Ọ ga-ahụ agụ na obodo anyị bụ Biafra. O nwere obodo na-eshi agụ. Ọ ga-adị ya surprise ebe agụ ga-esi pụta dorishi ya na Douglas House ebe ahụ ọ nọ. Imam ọwụ nne ka nna ya onye Fulani, ha na-edify ala Chineke Chukwu okike abịa ma nyere anyị. Ọnwụ ga-egbu ha na eke, gbuo ha n'orie, gbuo ha n'afọ, gbuo ha na nkwọ. Ihe niile ha na planụ ha ga-eme. My supreme leader and our deputy Uche Okafọ Mefọ, ọnwụ ga-egbuchi ha niile n'otu n'otu. Ma ọ bụla gị ndị Biafra anyị a na-achọghị ịnụ ntị, isi ga-ekwu ha, ha ga-adị ndụ, ha ga-ahụ ala Biafra. Already Biafra ada mụnwa ahụ na ya n'anya. Ebe a m nọkwa na Biafra land, ejede m na nke ndị Fulani, agaje m na nke ndị Britain. Mbọchị ha hụrụ m ebe a, ha kugbuo. Ọnwụ gbuo ha n'ike, gbuo ha n'orie, gbuo ha n'afọ, gbuo ha n'akwọ, ka ha na-arụ arụrụ ala niile ha na-arụ si na anyị ga-anwụ, anyị aga-anwụ iwu ndị tere mmanụ nsọ pụrụ iche. Ma na-asịkwa ọzọ, ihe niile na 28 June 2020 na ahụbeghị otu onye Obazumbiri onwe onye m na-anụ olu ya. Ọbazụ juru na ala Europe na ala America na diaspora ebe a, ha karịrị 20 million. Ndị nke dị na America onwe mgbe ha na-alọta ebe a, like last year December, ha lọtara ebe a mee meeting. Akọrọsụrụ m ebe ahụ nyụtụ ha anya nwa nke nta. Ndị na-ebe ahụ karịrị 1 million. Anụghị m olu ha. Ebee ka ha nọ? Ha na-ekwu okwu ndị nke nụkwa n'ala ọbaazụ ebe a mgbe ọbụla m gaa nkwụ ọjị ma na-eti mkpu m gaa afọ ọbaazụ m na-eti mkpu ma gaa nkwụ orodo m na-eti mkpu ma gaa na orie mbiri ma na-eti mkpu ha na-anụ ntị ihe a na-ekwu ụmụ nwaanyị a ndị si ha nọ n'Ebonyi steeti a na-aga ebe ịkpọ ụmụ ha ga tii na anịkasị ọha elee ebe ndị nke ha ahụ nọ ụmụ ahụ ha buru n'afọ otu ahụ ha tara ahụhụ ụmụ ahụ na-atọ ha ụtọ ọ na-afụ ha ụfụ ọ naghị afụ ha ụfụ ha ga-eji gbachie nkịtị si ụmụ ha na ndị buru tai fanda amagbuokwa ya ọwa onweghị ike ịkpọrọ ụmụ ya gagachigo ebe ahụ ya bụ ịkpọrọ ụmụ anyị ọzọkwa ndị nke ha gbuchiri egbuchi na-agụrụ n'oge ọgụ mgbe ahụ amụbeghị m mgbe ahụ ama m ihe akọga betri ihe m na-ajụ owo ndị nke ha ọ na-aga ala ga-akụgbu ha ọka akwa ọbaazụ ga-akụgbu ha nnudo mbieri ga-egbu ha ọnụ ngwa obilibi ga-akụgbu ha ugbu ọjị ga-egbu ha na-eke n'orie na afọ na nkwọ asị m unu jisie ike agwụla unu n'ọrụ Chukwu okike abịa ma ga-ekpuchite unu chebe unu onwe ihe ọbụla ga-eme Nnamdi okwu Israel Kalụ ọ naanị ya kwa anyị alọtaje ebe onwe onye ọzọ ọwụ naanị ya ka anyị na-eso Nnamdi Kanu lee naanị ya ka m na-esole ọya ga-enye anyị Biafra naanị ya o naanị ya Nnamdi Kanu wee naanị ya ka anyị na-eso n'azụ ya ga-enye anyị Biafra ya dọrọnụ na mma shalom all Biafrans the whole world. Thank you.
Yes, caller on WhatsApp, still hold on there. Let me respond to somebody on Facebook. Wisdom Okoro. That is the problem. Your name is Wisdom, but I can tell you, you don't have sense. We are talking about charm and juju, but you don't have sense. If you have sense, Wisdom Okoro, you will know that when they tell you Boko Haram, it's the same thing with colonial master. Boko Haram are stealing people land. Colonial master steal people land. Boko Haram are raping people. Colonial master rape people. Boko Haram are killing people. Colonial master kill people. You go to school of English to learn colonial master, a very perfect name to hide after killing. But because Boko Haram didn't go to school, they call them demonic name. Okoro Wisdom, you don't have sense. Go and study what Boko Haram is doing. You will see that is what colonial master did. That is what Britain did. That is what France did. But you think they are holy because they answer good name. Do you know the meaning of juju? Wisdom Okoro, do you know the meaning of juju? You don't know. You are idiot. You don't know. You just buy data now. You say, hey, God is not juju. God is not juju. What is the meaning of miracle in Igbo language? Do you know the meaning of miracle in Igbo language? What were our father calling miracle before you now have English? You don't have sense. If you come to my brokers, you don't like what I'm saying, log out. Or you talk something that will show you are ignorant, not that you are stupid. If you are ignorant, we help you. If you are stupid, we cure you. Yeah, our leader say we are not worshiping juju, we are worshiping. But you did not hear I told you here that we don't bow for idol. How can we bow for Yoruba? How can we bow for Hausa? How can we bow for Fulani? How can we bow for British government? We don't bow for idol. You know, no, say if I climb plantain now and fly to London, they call it witchcraft. But if I climb iron now and fly to London, they call it aircraft. You know, get sense. You are the reason why we are here. You are the reason we are delaying. The wisdom you are supposed to get here now, you didn't get it. You are behaving like a Muslim, defending Jesus Christ. Every Muslim is killing everybody to go and collect 27 virgin in heaven. Sometimes I begin to wonder, if you finish killing everybody, so you go and collect 27 virgin in heaven, who will give birth to this 27 virgin? He cannot serve juju. Who serve juju? You don't have sense. You don't have sense. That is why Yoruba is ruling all of you in Nigeria. You think Fulani are the most hopeless. Yoruba is the one that is really using all of our head. Go and meet your Adeboye and Kumuye. They normally go and pour libation in Shango Shrine. Idiot. You want us to show you the video? Ndiara. But of course, I don't have time for you. You are a small boy. Go and ask your father a question. Fulani herdsmen will rape you. You now say we are protesting. I no go agree. I no go agree. They don't rape us. So I no go agree. Are you not very hopeless? They are not giving amnesty to who are killing Nigerians, but they are killing suspected hoodlums. They don't have sense. That is why we are here. That is why we are delaying. Because idiots like you, we think they know what they are doing. Very holy idiots like you. Ndiara. You think we are here to entertain fools? Caller on WhatsApp, are you still there?
I'm here, Mazi.
Thank you for holding on. You are a patient man. Go ahead, please.
Good evening, Biafrans from here. Biafrans all over the world. I greet you. My name is Onyibe Ejasi. I am calling from Neu-Ulm, Germany. Mazi Onyibe, this topic is very beautiful. I played with you, don't be annoyed for that.
I'm not annoyed. When when you want to learn, you come and learn. When you want to criticize constructively. When you want to behave like a human being, behave like a human being. If you are idiot, we tell you you are idiot. That is the only time we can be justifying our action. We are not hypocrites. We are not pretenders. We don't pretend.
That is right.
So they can't make me angry.
I don't blame them. I blame all these Yoruba church, all these Yoruba churches who Britain give contract to put us in this bondage. They told us that our father, my mother who gave birth to me, that passed away, is evil. Is evil. They make me to believe my ancestors, my father, my mother. The
level of stupidity is that your father call you Nwachuku, your father call you Ogadema, your father call you Onyike. Then somebody now come and tell you Onyike is evil, Nwachuku is evil, answer Teresa, answer Python, Linda Clayton, answer this Yibo. You are idiot. You tell her, what is your name? He say, my name is Cynthia. Konyebo Cynthia and Onyibe. It was Cynthia. But your mother called you Chimodema. Now you are Cynthia. It was no Pama. And he will be claiming Waizu. He did not hear what I tell you about China. India. How Indian got to where they are. You think they are debating, they are fighting for God? You think God is not looking at us? You think God cannot come out and talk? All the whole 419 pastor in Nigeria, all the atrocity, God have not talked. Now my own God won't talk. You don't have sense. I'm not responding to it because it makes sense. I want people to learn. Every time they develop stupidity, manifest stupidity, it helped me to expose them further. I have a friend in Mama and in Papa call and Chidema. He goes to university, come back, he become Linda. Do you know Linda is a snake? Because Linda is from Oyibo. Nonsense. Go ahead, Jari, my brother.
Onyibe, these people, they are very stupid. Do you know in this country, in this Bayern where I am, our Arukushi, no, Oboda more than 1,500 years. Oboda and Efe, why you agree?
The angel Gabriel of the Bible is Amadioha. You both should tell me the meaning of angel Gabriel now. I have been looking for the meaning of angel Gabriel and angel Michael. Why can't they interpret it? They don't know that John means pit toilet. John Bible. Anytime you read your Bible, go open to the book of John. What you are telling you is open to the book of pit toilet. Ndiara and in a joker. Am I not a pastor? I remain a pastor. But the way I preach now, it changed. Because we now know the truth. John means pit toilet. Now you now say yes, children of God, hallelujah. Somebody open to the book of pit toilet. Ask your Pope who gave you Bible, what is the meaning of Gabriel and Michael? You will see Samadioha and Bentu. They think we are joking here. Fulani herdsmen, they use juju, they kill all of them. If they there, they do Jesus. They don't tell on us say coronavirus come now, then go steal on our brain come out on the ara. Yes, the Lord have mercy. Go and do fasting and praying for coronavirus. I be coronavirus. Waiting no deal na the mumuna. I don't know the people will destroy Nigeria. They did their job well. I can assure you that. Go ahead, my brother.
If our fathers did this, follow this way we follow, in that year, where Fulani people come before Usman Dafodio, they would have finished us now. But because of our now, they are getting into us because our land has been defied.
They have been defied. Look at now in Biafra land now. If you become Muslim now, they settle you. Very soon now, people will think that becoming a Muslim is the easiest way to make money. Our youth now will begin to want to become Muslim. Do you know today there is hopeless politicians everywhere because when you steal Nigerian money, you are recognized. That is why Nigeria can never recover.
The money that belongs to us, the money that came from our land, our oil in our land. Onyibe, our land has been defied. That is why we are dying premature death. Before when 80 years old man die, they say,
I tell you in my place, we that are alive, we pray so that we don't die. Is it not Nigeria? You children are going to hang themselves now. Look at the other 9-year-old boy. Lost the parents, the father and the mother. The boy said life doesn't make meaning to him again. He went to hang himself. 9-year-old boy. And it's amazing. The younger one said that he said since the parents died, life don't make meaning again. But we were afraid to die. We were afraid to die. Because if you die, your dead body will regret dying. My mother have 10 children. No one can die. Rather, my mother prayed. Instead of me to bury my children, let me die. Who born you to die? Waiting that go do your dead body self. You go wake up by force. Today now they say the Lord give, the Lord take. Look at Fulani today. When they see us, they jump fence. Look at Fulani now harassing us, killing us and telling us I go yes you. Everywhere. Go ahead, my brother.
Onyibe. Since I find out the truth of this world, that this church they introduced to Biafra land.
It's not about the church. It's not about the church. It is the knowledge of the people. It is the people who manage it. It's not the church. I keep telling people, I am a Christian. Nobody will violate my conscience, but I will hold my ancestors in high esteem more than any idiot pastor that has walked on this earth. Moses cannot stand my father. It's just different of time and dispensation. They were honorable men who had the knowledge of Creator before Moses and Abraham were born. It's as simple as that.
Eat with God direct. Our ancestors, they eat with God. They communicate with God direct.
Thank you very much.
We are here to our land.
Thank you very much.
We are here to restore our land. We are here to restore our land. And I have sworn on oath that I will never put my head in church anymore. Because
thank you. When Biafra come, you will come to my church for baptism in the Holy Ghost. Thank you. People must understand what we say. Everything you see today were meant for a particular purpose. But men will soon change its real purpose. For instance, God was made not to kill human beings. There were times the number of wild animals available were more than the population of human beings. They needed a way to control this wild animal. That was how gun was invented. Today now, there is no animal to kill. The same gun that was invented to kill wild animal, they are using it to kill human beings. That is because human beings all of a sudden have become more dangerous than wild animal. And now it's going to be very wrong to come and write off gun, not considering the reason it was invented in the first place. And I will not come out and write off anything I have seen. Because what is important is the mindset behind them and how it affects us as a people. I have the freedom of speech. My freedom of speech must not encroach on the right of another. I have the freedom to live. My freedom to live should not encroach on the right of other. And then any idiot European man whose own way of life has to become impediment to my own way of life is an idiot and is not supposed to live. They are worse than Boko Haram, Fulani herdsmen, and Miati Allah. You have never thought it in this way before. That exactly what Fulani herdsmen are doing, what ISIS are doing, what Miati Allah are doing, what Boko Haram are doing across the globe is the same thing the colonial masters did. But they never called themselves terrorists. Is it not amazing? Are you there, caller on the line? Call on the female line. Turn down the volume of your radio set.
Okay, sir.
Good evening from here.
Good
Go
evening,
ahead.
sir. Good evening, Namuku.
Magewa.
Oga dere na mma. Ogologo ndụ na ahụ siri ike. Because obere information, the little information I have this night is this. My name is Nenaya. I'm from Biafra land. Ikwere, Ishopo, Biafra land, Iguacha. But I'm residing in other states. The little information I have for our women is for our women, Biafran women. I know that most of them are listening to Radio Biafra this night. Please, no matter the condition, no matter the things, no matter the hardship you are facing as a Biafran, please, our women, be very, very careful. The Fulani people now have plans for our women. They want to have sex with all the women because they know the implication of what they are doing. And they know that with this, things will go wrong in our land. That is the information I have this night. Then my next talk is this. He says something concerning defiling our land. Yes, that is very, very light. Now, in Ishopo, I am talking the words I know. In Ishopo now, the Eze of Ishopo went and gave the Fulani, the police and army over there, a name of his son, not his director, but brother's son, that boy is a bad guy. Why that boy is innocent? Just because the day they came to Ishopo, this boy pursued all the people that came there. They went and looked for that boy and shoot that boy dead at Ishopo land. Why? It is sort of defilement. Because the boy is innocent. Now the Eze collected bribe from them. Now the Eze has run away. And he cannot save his family. That is number one. Then another thing is this. The Fulani, they know what the Yoruba, they know the implication of what they are doing in our land. Then our people supposed to understand. Let us, you have been teaching every day. I listen to the topic 9 in the morning. Before I call, I make sure I have something to say that is reasonable. You have bring us back our memory. I say, may you bless you. I'll continue to strengthen you day and day and day night. For me, church is by you. For many years now, I believe in Chukwuka. Every day I worship him. And I believe the problem, let us keep our hands clean and believe. Not when we say this, you go and do another thing. No, the gods will go against you. Rather, believe and keep your word, keep your hands clean and follow. And do what they ask you to do. That is all. You think things will be moving. Thank you, sir. That is all I have for you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
People must understand the thing remain back to your root. What we are trying to do is, how did our ancestors survive? How do they went through those things? There are things we just don't want to see. We want you to get your common sense back. Do you know more than 70% of the food we have in Nigerian market are poison? Your mind has not come to that. By the time we begin to analyze food now and how they are poison, some of you who sell cow meat, you are going to call or write on Facebook, and cow is proteinous, but you are idiots. Do you know that almost all the minerals and drink beverages you have in Nigeria are poison? We were shouting here, don't let Nigerian army to inject you, don't let them to, how do they speak this in grammar? To fascinate you. People are saying, no, you gotta do, don't listen. They are poisoning even your water borehole. And then somebody, you get that data this evening. I blame you. Hey, no, God is not Juju. Juju is not God. What is the meaning of miracle in Igbo language or in Akwa Ibom language? You see, it doesn't have meaning. Miracle is Juju in African language. Where you hear Juju, it's miracle. They teach you African grammar. They compare me to English here. Go back to your root and save the next generation. Yes, caller on WhatsApp, are you still there?
Yeah, hello, George Onyibe.
Yes, go ahead, my brother. The world is listening.
Yeah, my name remains Collins. Ezio Ikajowane from Delta State, Akuku Igbo. I thank you so much for the good work you are doing for our people, because our people doesn't understand anything and they don't want to learn. Some of the coward, they will be saying nonsense. They will be saying something like someone that their mother was pregnant from a Fulani woman. So my brother George Onyibe, I thank you. This topic is very nice one for our people to understand. There is difference between the two things you are talking about. George Onyibe, I thank you so much. I don't have a lot to say. I am living in this UAE, Dubai especially, and I am thanking some of our people that is listening. May you bless them and let them learn, for them to understand where they are coming from, not to say something that is very stupid. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much,
God
my
bless
brother.
you.
I love those challenges because that is what fuels my zeal, you know. Devil have horn and they not paint him black man. And angel is white. He have wings, they not paint him white. So why will devil be black man with horn? Jesus Christ is a white man. And you cannot see the deliberate attack on the personality of the black people. And you are still believing that. Black remain the only original color in the whole world. Black remain the only genuine color. Every color starts from black, and every color end in black. And yet they demonize black. Are you still there, caller on the line?
Good evening.
Good evening, Ada. Go ahead, please.
God bless you. I've been hearing your voice. Thank you. I'm only that my line couldn't go so easy. This God is so great. Even this year, I see all children of Biafra gathering. They spoke from heaven that this is the time that they promise that is going for all the Biafran children, that this year that we should wait, that in a twinkle of eye of our enemy, that this very Biafra, they thought that it should will come in. So what am I trying to say? In anything being effort people are making, we are here praying. I'm from other states. Biafra land. Hello?
Yes, Ada, go ahead, please.
So, in all whatever efforts you people from Mande and the Yuma Dunichi and all that we are not even fighting. In any way that they come, God will make a way out for us. So, you people should not be tired because we are backing you people in prayer. So, in our promised land, that place that we have rest, not fighting, God will do it. So, I just bless the name of the Lord that this word and the voice of God has spoken this year, and it shall come to pass. Well done.
Thank you very much, madam. We must continue. There's no two ways about it.
Biafrans worldwide, there will be a 3 days fasting and prayer for all indigenous people of Biafra from Friday 6th of March to Sunday 8th of March 2020. Theme: Solemn Assembly. Joel chapter 1 verse 14. Esther chapter 4 verse 16. Prayer topic: Day 1, 6th of March 2020. Thanking Chukwu Kika Biama for how he has led us thus far. Secondly, for the successful burial of our leader's parent, Psalms chapter 8 and Psalms chapter 111, Psalms chapter 124. Day 2, 7th March 2020, destroying the enemies who have invaded the land of Biafra. Psalms chapter 35 from verse 1 to 8, Psalms chapter 68 from verse 1 to 8, Isaiah chapter 49 from verse 24 to 26, Isaiah chapter 59 from verse 10 to 19, 2 Chronicle chapter 20 from verse 1 to 25. Day 3, 8 March 2020. Oh Lord, restore Biafra by your mighty hand, according to your promises. In the book of Isaiah chapter 10, verse 24 to 27. Micah chapter 5, from verse 1 to 15. Duration of fasting. Category A, 3 days dry fasting. Category B, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Category C, 6 a.m. to 12 noon. Category D, 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. Category E, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Category F, 4 p.m. to 6 a.m. the next day. Category G, only 1 hour daily for children, old people, pregnant women, and those on medication. One can choose the category convenient for him and be consistent. Chukwu Okika Biama will answer us and restore Biafra nation for us. This year 2020, which is Biafra Jubilee, Ise, prepared by Evangelist Ozako Nwokike, signed by Mazi Oscar Okeke, head of Religious Affairs Committee. Announcer Mazi Chidebere Obioro Kafo, Anambra Central Senatorial District Media Coordinator, directed by the Anambra State Media Coordinator, Mazi Ike Nwajako. Coming to you from the table of all state media, led by Mrs. Obi Mboma. Every announcement and management is from the platform and control of indigenous people of Biafra under the supreme leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Opuka.
Yes, we are not quarreling with Jesus, we are not quarreling with Muhammad, but every idiot who is killing people because of Muhammad, any idiot who is robbing 10% because of Jesus, thunder will fire all of you. You are our problem. And anybody who want to condemn the will of my ancestors because you have been properly recolonized and you are destroyed, you are a problem to the restoration effort. Go and check on Nigerian police and army in Biafra land. Bullet don't enter any of them. It's juju they are using. It's miracle inside church. Outside church is juju. I'm trying to tell you that juju and miracle is the same thing. Choose the name you answer, but they are the same thing. You are speaking grammar. Out of defilement, the moment they defile you, that is the end of it. If you do not resist this object of defilement, if you do not sanctify yourself and your land or whatever that have been defiled, that may be the end of you all as a people. But believe me, our leaders say we cannot fold our hand and watch these people ravage our land. We will do what we have to do. Whenever, however, and when necessary. Don't make any mistake about that. Yes, a caller on the line, your name and where you calling from.
Hello, Mazi. Good evening.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
My name is Chukwemeka Guma. I'm calling from Joba, Iguacha. I want to thank you for this particular topic you are raising these days. I believe Biafra and anybody that needs Biafra needs to go back to the roots. I believe this is the final. This is the way. This is the only thing that is holding us down right now. Because we have to go back to the way our fathers worship God, the way they worship Chukwu. And you were giving a analysis on how the land can be defiled. We can also be defiled our land by telling lies. That's one thing. Like in those days, our forefathers, our ancestors, they used to tell us that truth is life. So because of the kind of lies we tell these days, we defile our land. Like there is one tree that they call Ofo. My grandfather told me that Ofo, if you tell lie and go under Ofo tree and pass through Ofo tree, you will die.
But people don't know this thing you just said. I know it. In those days, before they defile our land, some people think Ofo tree is for making soup. That is the only thing they know. There are trees in our land. You can't soil your hand and go close there. Let me tell you, there is a leaf. It's in my compound. If you pass that leaf, it touch your body, you will miss road. If you they come now, people don't know.
Yes,
I deliberately leave them.
Yes.
If you come now, Nigerian police enter my compound now, the leaf go touch them. They go walk out through the other gate, they go. No be juju be that, no be miracle. But now God do the juju. If I show them now, I go see all these Fulani police, they go, they waka everywhere, they waka. Now when they come tired, sleep, wake up, they know where their head is. But people don't know. They are looking for miracle when they are the miracle. I'm telling you, all these trees are not ordinary tree. This one is in my gate now. If you enter my gate, it will touch you. The moment it touch you, you will forget where you are going to. That is Wakajube for you. But do they know?
And
they want me to tell them all this thing on radio. Where they say join IPOB, they don't want to join.
Another thing, another way of defiling the land is, the way people sleep with women in the bush. Like in those days, all these kind of things. They rape our women in the bush, they defile our land like Fulani herdsmen. That is why they're defiling our land by
everything Fulani are doing. They know. They are defiling our land. Our land will be angry against us. There is something we are supposed to do to cleanse it. But the person who is not telling you, Gigi, it's not miracle. How will he go and defend his father's land? But we're not looking up to them anyway.
So these are the ways. One of the ways we defile our land. Because all these things, like people who don't tell lies, our father will tell you don't tell lies. When you tell lies, you die. So I think that is all I have today. I want to thank you for the work you are doing for us, and also thank our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, for the good work that he has been doing. Because for a very long time, nobody could come out and speak for us.
Until he came.
He came out. But he came out and gave his life, and he has given all to us, giving his parents to us. So which of the man in Biafra land that can do it? No man, even in the world, can do it. Sacrificing everything sacrificable. So please, Biafrans, let's go back to our roots. I believe if we go back to our roots, even before, within a twinkling of an eye, we are in Biafra land. May God bless you. Shalom.
Thank you very much, my brother. Shalom, and God be with you. Our people must understand, irrespective of anywhere we intend to explain this matter, we want to go home. Can you hear me? Caller on the line. Caller on the line, are you there?
Good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Please, I want to speak to my dad. I'm calling from Moka.
Go ahead, Gawaniru.
Ihe na-achọ ka m kwuo bụ na ịma na ndị be anyị anaghị aghọta ihe na-ekwu gbasara ihe Biafra. Mana onye ọbụla eji na-agwa ihe ndị Fulani na-eme na be anyị. Ha sị gị nọ end time. Nọ ha na-akụziri ha na chọọchị nọ end time. Not saying ihe abụrụ end time.
Tell them why the end time no carry Fulani herdsmen go London. End time no they let them carry their madness go America. The end time no they reach China. Fulani herdsmen should go to China. Then we believe it's end time. This is the damage they have done to our brain. Gawaniru Adanwa Chineke.
So now I can see I'm going to buy money out below end time. No, yeah, talk about me going up na boy shana. Mana Chineke ayara ekwe a na-ekene onyeisi anyị bụ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu otu Chineke si wee dupụta na-ekenekwa unu nwa bụ ndị na-alụ ọrụ na studio ma Chineke gbaa unu ume anyị wee nweta nwere onwe nwaanyị na-aza n'aha Chukwu Okike abịa ma onye nwaanyị
ise ọ ga-adịrị gị na mma ada.
Thank you.
Yes, caller on WhatsApp, are you there? Caller on WhatsApp. Caller on WhatsApp. Caller on the line, your name and where you calling from? Caller on the line. Monitoring spirits. Go ahead.
I'm not happy. You could get them and go down to me. They do some all those on I just ma ọ nwụ oge ha gabere egbucha ebe na prizin mana tupu okike abịa machiri mechie ya ịhụrụ ịma mmezi taa ụgara ọnwa bụrụ ọnụ n'ihi na mgbaghara wee eji m ọfọ na-achịgbu n'ihi na ndị gosiri na mbụ ịma na iwe onye ịgwara ya ka anyị ga-esi ọgosite ndị ele ihe na-abụzi ntu n'osisi gaa ị ga-ahụ ihe gbara ọrụ anyị wee ezigbo ọrụ anyị mebiri ya mgbe ahụ and onye ọbụla ga na FPA ugbu a werekwa ego maka onwetụkwa onye dede na-ele anya n'ihu dede efugele adịmọ onye nnọọ nke a anọ m na latia ha agbagele tupu ọ mere ihe dede onye ikpe gwara ha a na-ekwe ụmụ akwụkwọ na ihe ndedi anya adịghị m ego nwere ego ọka m na-ekwu ugbu a na na-esi ka gịnị pati ebe agbara nwa nga ndị nọ ya azi eji go ọkụ ọnwụ na-ebibi na afọ mgbe ọ nọ nga ịkpado onye kọmchọtọ nke anyị na-azụ onye ọkụ ịnụkwa ihe ka jekwana ntị eji m okwu a na-agwa Trump maka ana m anyụ iyi nke m taa wụ mkpọ Trump, you are a friend, I love you, you are not going to give us your responsibility to declare Biafra. We are different from you. And I'm confessing this by this tongue. Let people to catch them and my request because he said I must do it. Adulam. Nigeria no loya. Adulamu. Nigeria no loya. Adulamu. Nigeria no loya. Adulamu. Nigeria no loya. Everyone says, I have sense. Said Nnamdi Kanu akụjigere m otu esi sense ama ihe. Kụziere m otu m ga-esi esi ya nye m amamihe. Nigeria, ma ndị Hausa, ma ndị Fulani, ma ndị Yoruba nga ma ịnwe ọnwụ Chineke ụmụ Biafra nọ nga. Ọ nwere onye nwe Nigeria. Na Britain wetere Britain na ndị niile gbara ha gburugburu na Amerịka. Onye amadụ chịkọpụ na Amerịka nọ nga na-adị mmadụ anyị na-ata ahụhụ. Anyị na-ata ahụhụ. Gane na lamentation chapter 3 ka ga agụkwa na ejighị na blọk anyị niile nke otu mana tupu chikada ma ọtụ anyị nwere olileanya lekwe na verse 49 anyị ewerekela anyị mere ezigbo anyị gwa anyị nwanne nkele nwanne ya ọrụbụrụ mmadụ aka na-ebe akwa ruo taa mana ụmụ ka ọ dede maazị Onyibe ga-akụchigidere anyị ruo mgbe ọ ga-ata ịtụlensi ya na akwụkwọ ọtele anyị mara zoro onye ọbụla na-ekwete ịba na IPOB taa wụsapụ onye ọbụla nọkwa na IPOB taa n'ọdụ n'omenala come shut up. Who are you? The mother of our leader, which is my mother and the father, died because of us. Forget this in my life. See, I die. I will continue to fight against Nigeria. Against Nigeria, we will try to wait. They're going to roll and the Yoruba and the Hausa want to take only this one blood because of their attention prestige. Giving us this issue. We will take care now. We are everywhere.
Everybody must say Biafra in the end. Call on WhatsApp. You have 2 minutes. Hit the nail on the head. This segment is almost coming to an end.
Thank you, Mazi Onyibe. Good morning from here. I'm Mazi ADK. I'm calling you from Navy Mumbai, India. I hear from Eziago Haimezi in Enugu State, Biafra land. Mazi Onyibe, just a short information. Do you know this thing you are saying is just a very simple something. I'm who I know by Mazi Onyibe. Ima your father, no, or Haimezi. Nothing is there. Imagine this father. If you put as you a problem, this father is saying he will lodge. He will tell you what you will do. Lodge, you will not pay.
I have a reverend father friend in Anambra. Yes. This man, where my respect for him. I don't want to call his name. but his name starts with J. My respect for him is that there is no atom of pretending. He understands what you are saying. He's a reverend father. I went there. I wanted to show me all those Pentecostal pretense. He was a man or son of his father. I don't want to. I just say his name. It's an Anambra. His name starts with J. If you remove the reverend, the next one is J. Go ahead, my brother.
Man. Yeah, is okay now. Imagine this man. Imagine the father. Imagine act of wickedness in the father. Yeah, even all the native leaders now around, they are all started repenting, going for even our tradition aboho evil. This man now go ha, yeah, he say science. Okan daughter with an at controlling, with chako, with unu. Oblo by na okwa juju, ashino ogun, no ye no ogun, and he don't bury time. Maze, do you know that Ejimakia transferred this father to monastery? To opting, I didn't help people there for the man. Manongwa, her truth must later come out. There's okay, we are going home. My happiness is their fun is here. I ain't a future.
Of course, they are bearing testimony.
We are going home. Mandan Tori repeat, my heart repeat. We are coming home this year. Thank you, Mazi. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. They are bearing testament to the truth that Mazenan the Kano led IPOB. And IPOB has, with Jello Nodome Nigeria, they bear testimony to that truth. But having said that, this is where we draw the segment for this, the curtain for this segment. We will continue from there. Don't let anybody deceive you. The last thing we said we will not do here. There are things that we have encountered on this platform. It humbles us. I have a heart-to-heart discussion with Mazeme for one day. He said something, and it touched me. He said, see, we have vowed not to lie to ourselves. What a privilege to follow. I cannot enter inside church this evening. Don't worry. Go back to your root. Everything will be fine, I can assure you that. You will not understand. You will not understand. Before I round up, let me tell you something. The most advanced, sophisticated, microscopic or telescopic technology on earth is in Catholic Church in America. The name of it is Lucifer. And Reverend Father, they are peeping it every day, looking into heaven. What are they looking for? What are they looking for? That thing they destroyed in Africa. Because when my grandfather was alive, the one that is Dibia, all he need to do is to look at heaven and he hear revelation open up. They destroyed it. They can't even control those power. They can parade the photocopy. They can't control it. If you carry remote control, you sit down for chair, they use the one wood, one rubber, they control your TV, they control motor. That thing no be juju. You no get sense. According to Asare, he say you are a mumu man if you don't drink Oguguru Ndiara. Wake up and go and look for IPOB and join. Genuine Biafrans who understand the time that we are. Those of you like the sons of Issachar. Those of you who are Berean Christian. Don't let them distract you this time. For Chukwu Kikabiama is here to surprise all of them. Believe me, they will not recover. Let me just pick this one call and then round up on this segment. Are you there? Call on WhatsApp. Call on WhatsApp. Call on WhatsApp.
Ma, call you on WhatsApp.
I say call on WhatsApp. Go ahead, what? Mama.
Okay. Okay.
Don't listen to your radio.
Which
go
side
ahead.
you people are saying? Okay. What side are you people saying Houston?
Okay, you did for
I
Houston.
want to know the place.
See what you will do for me now. On this WhatsApp that you call now, write me your name and your phone number and put Houston. I will tell the coordinator in Houston to call you tomorrow.
Okay.
You are a good woman, Mama. I don't know the pick call again, but Nachuko Hikabia must make I pick your call. You are a correct Biafran woman.
Thank you.
All right, good night from here. God be with you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Now I sign off from here. Biafrans remain focused.
Ọgbanwewo
Yeah.